remember this is Bernie Mac's club. This is where we're amateurs. I'm on stage, and I remember because Bernie Mac's club, South Side of Chicago, got Pimps, Hustlers, the Bulls. This is Jordan. Jordan was winning. They're all there. Ooh, Ahmad Rashad. I'm doing my thing. Dude's like, you talk like a white dude. I said, let me tell you something. If I were to say the name Jackson, everybody would turn around pretty much. All right? If I say my last name, I'm the only one with that name. So I'm blacker than everybody in this bitch. Face went crazy. Like, good night. Foolish people. Mic drop. Yeah, it was one of those things where I had to put, sometimes you get tired of that.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a black dude, man.
Yes.
It's like, okay, what are you going to say? Malcolm X, he was a very articulate man. He went to jail. He was born in Nebraska.
Yeah.
He was a pimp. He did this, all this. So you're going to say he's a sellout because he speaks well? Is Martin Luther King a sellout because he's got a PhD? It's like, it's internalized pain. It's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Internalized pain. But you're just seeing somebody insulting you, but it's so much that they're going through because there's a jealousy. And I remember my friend Lois, I remember this girl, she was in the pool. You know how you remember certain things? She could float. She knew how to tread water. I tread water like this. She was just doing this. I remember, I said, yeah. And she goes, what's wrong, Godfrey? I said, yeah, they just keep making fun of me, like being African and all that. She goes, at least your people weren't slaves. She's like, you know how great your culture is? That changed my whole life, my perspective. It was an African-American girl that was treading water, who I was like, how is she doing that? I'm like 12, and she's like, yeah, at least you weren't slaves. See, you know where you're from. You can go to America, you can go home. You know your language. She goes, I wish I had that. And that was it. I was like, yeah. You know what I mean?
There's a lot of power in knowing your culture, knowing your history, knowing your strength, knowing your talent. And even speaking of talent, you're probably one of the most talented people we've ever had here.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah.
You're beautiful. You can sing. You can act. And you're a damn athlete, from figure skating to running track. Yes. From running track.
Triple, like triple axel.
Not triple axel.
You got all of the infinity stones. How in the heck did you manage that? Because you're fighting against your parents who saying you have to be a lawyer, a doctor, an engineer,
or a cab driver.
Sing. You've got this talented personality. You've got all of this. How did you manage all of that?
Let's
first
start
off,
with
figure skating.
I didn't do it all at once.
Tell me about the figure skating.
Was that a little kid thing?
Figure skate. I figure skated competitively for 10 years. Wow. That was really, that came out of being in Massachusetts, so a very common thing in Massachusetts.
A lot of ice.
A lot of ice.
A lot of hockey.
A lot of hockey. My brother was a professional
hockey. A lot of hockey
player.
right there in the Harvard Yard.
Yes. So they put in your school bag the learn to skate. That's like a common New England practice.
Wow.
Learn to skate starting everybody. Yeah. And my mom, just going through my backpack, saw it. And I really think, the truth of the matter is they were really interested in this experiment of America. Let's try it.
Yeah, let's try it.
Let's try everything. They wanted to try everything. Yeah. So ice skating, perfect. Let's go. So we went, and my mom was like, "This was the wrong choice. What is this?"
Of course.
And they took my younger sister, my younger brother, and I. We went. My younger brother and I took to it a fish to water. We were super into it. My sister in the middle was like, "Deuces, no, thank you. That's not my vibe."
Right.
And I loved it. I absolutely loved it. They knew nothing about it. God bless our neighbor across the street, the Browns, helped my brother learn how to put on all this hockey equipment.
That's so dope.
I had a friend that I made on the ice that would help my parents learn, competitions and all these different things. And they were really supportive of it. They were just very into, I think, the idea of these opportunities that we could touch now, that was the dream. I can remember one time my parents, we came from a very humble background start, but I can remember they got the money and we drove down to New York and we went to go see Alvin Ailey.
Oof.
Because they knew who Ailey was in the company.
Oh, I live right around the block right now.
Oh my God.
Ailey. I live right around the block. I'm on 55th. Alvin Ailey's on 54. I be walking past and
all of them doing their whole, the whole thing.
I be in the window
full out. their whole lives. And
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
And we went, and I remember it was hot. We were in the standing room section, but they wanted us to see that, dance. Is this something that might be interesting to you?
great.
This is amazing.
Yeah.
They have concerts in America. And these are the best of the best in the
That's
country. We're going to
Nigerians,
go
man.
see that.
Yes.
They wanted to see it and
Yeah.
have those experiences. So that's how I started, trying. They just tried
Exposing
things.
you.
Yeah, and my parents were themselves athletes in Nigeria too.
Okay.
My mom played tennis in Nigeria.
Yeah.
And my father played soccer and ran track. My great-grandfather was a wrestler as well,
that's great. A
in
Nigerian
Nigeria.
wrestler.
And so I think they were athletically inclined. So they saw its function, so they
Yeah.
definitely put us into sports
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Yeah.
The arts were more foreign to them. But yeah, figure skating.
Was it hard to let go of that part of you, because you see that sports was your brothers, you connected with your brothers that way. Your brother was a dope hockey player.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
And you playing, running track and doing figure skating and then kind of transitioning because you went into the arts. Was that hard, or was it like, all right, bye, like bye?
No, that wasn't hard for me at that point in my life, because when I discovered the arts, that was passion. I think sports was something that I liked and still like, and I loved to watch and stuff.
Yeah.
But when I discovered music, because I started first singing and then being in the high school drama club, the lights went on for that. And it was kind of this thing where, you have track practice, but you also have rehearsal for the school play. And I really wanted to go to the school play.
Yeah.
That's what I really wanted to go and do. Track, I knew at that point, was going to be probably the engine that got me to college, and a scholarship. So I had to do it. But where I really wanted to be was in the choir.
Yeah, so you had to bring home to your family, and you had to tell them that you're studying classical voice in college.
Yeah.
How was that? I want to know, just like you walked me through in the I need to hear and visualize what that was like.
Yeah.
Mom, Dad, I'm studying classical voice in college.
Is it they science? Is it they science?
What is that? They were fine supremely with it. I had to ask 3 times. The first time I said I wanted to do it, my mom was like, no. I asked again. She said, no. I came a 3rd time. It's like converting in religion. And the 3rd time she said yes. I said, why now yes? She said, because I wanted to know if you were serious. I said, okay.
Ooh,
And
mother's so smart.
Serious.
Yeah.
Now, so my parents were fine with it. They might be the best actors I've ever met in my life, and inside they weren't fine with it, but how they presented was fine with it. But you both know as well as I do that the family does not stop at the parents. There are aunts, uncles, everybody who have an opinion,
doubt.
right? So I remember my high school graduation, because my whole life I thought I was going to be a lawyer. And so my high school graduation, I could see my first uncle come. He said, this was this good girl. Who's doing so well in school. So now Boston University. I didn't know that was on the list. I thought it was someone else. I was like, I know, Uncle, but I have new vision of where I'm going to do. He's like, it's okay, my dear. So what will you be doing at school? And I said, singing. And he said, quote, unquote, singing. Just ordinary singing.
Just ordinary singing.
That was ordinary singing.
That's so damn. It's so funny.
And I was like,
There's so much insult in that.
Just ordinary singing.
Ordinary singing. Like nothing's.
Just ordinary singing. Just like that. Just ordinary singing.
Ordinary singing.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. And then my second uncle came in, same graduation, and he was like, so what will you be doing at BU?
Because I'm so excited. I can't wait to hear this.
BU, big bad girl. I said, singing. He said, Chineke. Singing? I thought you were going to be a lawyer. And I said, I know, but I actually decided I wanted to do this. Okay, so why then you don't go to become a lawyer?
Then
and then
you gotta do the
afterwards...
singing after. That's the... They always say that.
I said, or uncle.
Complete your studies,
I said,
man.
or I could go and do my singing. And if I don't like it, then uncle, I could go and be a lawyer after that. And he said, Nonya, call my mother. Anybody, he said, do you hear what this girl is saying she wants to do? She said,
That is,
I said, "That's
I'm
what she
dying
said she
laughing, boy.
wants." Yeah.
My pops was like, what he said, so you, but first time I started doing comedy, my sister caught me. She saw me
caught
at a
you.
show. I was not amateur. I was like writing jokes, and then my sister's in the hall. I go, what the fuck are you doing here? She goes, what are you doing here? I was like, I'm doing open mic. You're doing comedy? Oh, he said, I'm telling Dad, watch. I was like, yo, shut the fuck up. Don't say nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't say anything. So she ended up blabbing. And so I remember my father, I was staying in the basement room, and I hear the dumb, slow ass steps. I go, here he comes. Look, Godfrey, wake up. So you're doing, sister told me you're doing comedy. Okay, that's okay, but I thought you want to be psychiatry. You said medical school, so
Yeah.
okay, you just still want, just make sure you finish the psychiatry, then you can do the. I'm like, okay, no, this is what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But then when he saw progress, when my father saw me on CNN, that's all the Nigerian dads
I've
watch
seen
is
it,
news.
yeah.
When my father, and I've been on Comedy Center, he ain't seen none of that shit. Remember when Michael Richards snapped?
Yes.
The old N-word
Yeah.
thing at Laugh Factory. So I worked with Michael Richards. Michael Richards was a fan of mine. This was like a week before I was with him, where he snapped. And I've seen him snap before in different ways. He's psycho. So it happened. I'm in New York. I live in New York. So they called me CNN. It was the Anderson Cooper show, but it was John Roberts was taking over. They said, they want you to come talk with Paul Mooney about this whole N-word thing. I said, okay, I'm coming. So I'm on the desk at CNN with just me and dude. My father snapped. He said, I just saw everybody watch the show. You're so intelligent. Hey, I'm telling you, everybody's just calling me. Turn it. Look at him. Look at him. They said, I like this comedy. Hey.
Yeah.
If you're a medical student, you would not be. If you're in psychiatry, you wouldn't be on CNN.
Yeah.
Because
He was just happy,
that was the moment.
that things were happening.
It was a sign of success. It's like, I think that's ultimately, like, it still lives in that box of doctor, lawyer, engineer, but really what it translates into, like, find something that is successful. But I'm going to chastise you if it doesn't fit in this box.
Yeah.
But then once you find your way, it's like, oh, this
But
one.
the work ethic is there in what we do. You work hard. Your work ethic is crazy.
Yeah.
Because you go in and you study. That's just what we do. They go, your history. So I go, this is what we were taught.
Yeah.
My father was always about look at the dictionary, go and research. And I research.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or
Or
about whatever I
comparing
do.
to other siblings or cousins.
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
why don't you,
Yeah.
why don't this one here, this one has the.
They have more brain.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. But it is that, sorry.
No.
No, I was going to say also it is that thing of, they want you to reach success. I had an aunt also say to me, like when I told her I wanted to be an actor, she said, so we moved to America so you could be poor. That's what she said. Like, you could be poor.
Right. Because they think about that, how actors, it's hard to get jobs. And so they think when you have a job, when you're a lawyer, that's forever. You'll never have not.
Yeah.
So
I starved in Biafra so you could be a starving.
And it seems like if you can talk, because, reading your story, I thought a lot about myself, and then I was always talking. Ms. Briscoe, boy, you talk too much, fella. You just talk too much. Your brother never gave me this much problem. And I hear you acting up in class, but you also you're fierce. You will say what's on your mind. You will go. Like sometimes I'm reading and I'm going, ooh, she about to get slapped.
Just saying my mother's daughter.
But then, if you fall in that category, they mark you as a lawyer. Like I was marked as a lawyer. Why don't you go be a lawyer?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't want that. Perry Mason, nah, I'm good.
Yeah.
That's another 154 conversation in the books. We are bridging culture back to its roots.
From Africa to the world, we're telling stories our way.
So make sure you hit like, subscribe, and share your voice in the comments. This is 154.